turning 5 years old this year. It's no surprise Fortnite seasons have had their ups and downs. We have some absolutely GOAT tier seasons, some absolute classics, and then we have absolute ketchup water seasons every single Fortnite season, and rank them from best to worst. But first, let me explain the tier. First, we got Ayo. That's kind of facts, but Ayo, not delete that. First, we have the GOAT tier. This tier is reserved for the absolute best of the best. Seasons that are undeniably the greatest. Next, we have good tier, which is not as good as GOAT tier, but it's still good. Next, we got mid, which is pretty much just the average seasons with like literally nothing special about it. Then you have the snooze fest tier, which is actual snoozer season. And then we have garbage, which is like, you know, and last but not least, we have my life would literally be better if these didn't exist. We have season 1, chapter 1. That was a weird way to say it. Okay. Now I know there's gonna be people that absolutely love this season, but literally only for one reason. Because it's OG. But realistically, this season isn't really that special. But it really was the basis for everything that would come after. And the vibes were kind of just better during this time. I can't even lie to you. Anyways, good tier. Next, we have season 2. Now, this season really wasn't anything different from season 1, but I feel like it was a little bit more polished and ready. And a bunch of the iconic Fortnite players that we know today, like Ninja, the Tyler Blevins, they were starting to like rise up during this time. This was quite literally the come up season. For that, I give it a good. I'm not gonna lie, it was slightly better than season 1, so I'm gonna move season 1 down just one, okay? Alright, now we're on season 3. I'm not gonna lie, this season was the Fortnite season. During this season, bro, literally every single human on Earth figured out about Fortnite. You literally could not go outside without seeing some kid doing the take the Elden. Honestly, the game was really fire during this time. There weren't sweats or anything, and the map was also just amazing. Also, I kind of feel like I have to put this in because like I'm inspired by these people. But in this season, people like Fearless, C-Day, and Noah kind of rose up. It's gotta go in GOAT tier. Season 4. Honestly, this was the first time they really switched it up in the game. Before this, all they really did was add some random items. But in this season, there's literally a big brown hole in the map. And they added a bunch of random blue shiny rocks that pretty much made it so that you were on crack. And during this time, the sweats weren't really a problem yet. So honestly, just like season 3, you gotta go in GOAT tier. Now on to season 5. Not gonna lie, this is the first season where Fortnite started taking some L. No pun intended. First, they removed Double Pump, which had been like a huge part of the game up until this point. They added a playground mode. I know it doesn't seem like a bad thing, but just think about it, bro. Kids were in here all day, cranking, becoming absolute Fortnite gods. But honestly, during the time, nobody really noticed any of these things, and the game was still pretty much good at the time. So for that, I give it a good. Season 6. Not gonna lie, this season could have just not existed, and I wouldn't have cared. There was literally nothing special about this season. The only cool thing they added was the cube in the sky. Other than that, there was like zombies, I guess, which were just annoying. And all the sweaty tryhard players started disguising themselves as defaults. Honestly, this is gonna be the first news fest of the video. Season 7. Now, I know this season is controversial, but hear me out. This season really was not that bad. Yes, there was planes, and yes, there was a blade. That was only in the game for like 1 week. But honestly, the whole Christmas update and stuff was absolutely fire. This wasn't the peak of Fortnite or anything, but at the time, the vibes were absolutely just amazing. Me waking up on every single day on winter break, hopping on Fortnite just to lose every single game. Honestly, those were the times, bro. All the weird features aside, this season was easily a good season. Next, we got season 8. Not gonna lie, this is literally the exact opposite of last season. Yeah, they had a whole map change with like a volcano and stuff, but other than that, there was literally nothing interesting at all. Literally every single time I got in the cannon, it would shoot me like 90 degrees in the wrong direction. And also, the tier 100s for every single season up to this point, they were actually really good. But for some reason on this season, they dropped this! So honestly, I'm also gonna have to give this a snooze fest. Season 9. Not gonna lie, this is the first Fortnite season where I was just like, what the fuck? During this time, man, sweats were absolutely just running rampant throughout the game. It feels like everybody was literally just trying to become the next Face Sweat. And honestly, them removing the pump shotgun and adding the combat shotgun was an absolutely just terrible idea. I'm gonna give it a mid. Alright, so I know this next season is literally gonna make everybody start chattering their teeth, but I have to say it, Season X. Honestly, up until this point, every season has had some redeemable factor about it. But Season X,
fuck no, baby.
This season was just trash. Like what is this? We do not need this on the map. Last but not least, there were mad. What 30-year-old man with 2 kids thought about this in Epic Games? This thing was pretty much indestructible if it was only you going against it. Honestly, bro, I might have given this a garbage, but there was too many things wrong with it. Alright, next we got Chapter 2, Season 1. Now, the hype for this season was literally crazy. Fortnite literally put everybody into a black hole for 2 days, and every single kid was just absolutely going crazy. Even the news picked up on it. And when it dropped, I'm not gonna lie, it really wasn't a bad season until they didn't update the game. for 4 months. It doesn't help. This was literally the longest season of all time. Honestly, this season started off good, but the fact they didn't update it like at all just literally gives it an automatic garbage. Then they dropped Chapter 2 Season 2. I'm not gonna lie, this season was a banger. This was during the whole like quarantine era, so literally everybody was playing the game again. And the idea of adding mythics to the game was honestly one of the best ideas they've had. I'm gonna say the vibes alone give this season a GOAT tier. I know people are gonna disagree, but
we do not care.
Next, we got Chapter 2 Season 3. Not gonna lie, after dropping Season 2, you think they'd drop more bangers, but instead they took the same season and just covered it in water. Not gonna lie, even though it was pretty much just the same thing, it still was a pretty good season, so I'm gonna put it in mid. Now we have Chapter 2 Season 4. I'm automatically gonna give this season bonus points because it's the season I blew up in.
We do not care.
But overall, this season had the potential to be absolutely amazing. I mean, the idea of having mythics that, weren't just normal guns was a really good idea. But instead of, making an original season, they sold out and made an entire collab season. Just why? You're literally a $1 billion company. Anyways, this Dark Industries update was kind of fire. I can't even lie to you. I'm gonna put it in mid. Now we got Chapter 2 Season 5. Honestly, this season started out kind of good. They had a couple new POIs to start off the new season, which is something they didn't do last season, including like a bootleg version of Tilted, which honestly at the time was fucking trash. But then after the first week or so, people realized this season was pretty much just gonna be another sellout season. Like, I don't care about Predator, bro. Give me a new update. But yeah, honestly, this season was actually good to start and then became an absolute snooze fest. Next, we got Chapter 2 Season 6. Do I even gotta say anything? Literally the worst season of all time. The only map change they did was make the whole map orange. They introduced like Minecraft witchcraftery crafting into the game. Like, what is that? Honestly, this is worse than garbage. It goes in disgusting. Moving on from that actual nightmare, we have Chapter 2 Season 7. Not gonna lie, they did everything right this season, but for some reason, nobody cared at all. Honestly, I think that's the definition of falling off. But yeah, they updated the game pretty frequently. They had UFOs that really weren't overpowered like the next one. So for that, I'm giving it a mid. Next, we got Chapter 2 Season 8. I really don't want to speak on this season, but I think I have to. They changed literally no POI. And for some reason, they add like a Siren Head knockoff to the game. But honestly, thinking about this season literally makes me depressed because it's just so horrible. Honestly, I'm giving this a garbage. Next, we got Chapter 3 Season 1. Not gonna lie, when this dropped, I saw some of the hype come back for the game. But yeah, the map is literally so much better than Chapter 2's one. The Spider-Man thing was probably one of the best things I've ever had. And honestly, for the whole season, the game felt pretty fresh. Honestly, I'm gonna give it a mid. Now we got Chapter 3 Season 2. I'm gonna say it off rip. This season would have been a flop if they didn't remove building. It was pretty much just a continuation of Chapter 3 Season 1. Honestly, just because of no building, I'm gonna give this a good tier. Now we're finally here up to present day. Chapter 3 Season 3. They've added a couple new POIs this season, and it feels like a more like perfected version of Chapter 3 Season 2. Honestly, I'm gonna put this season in good and move down the Chapter 3 Season 2 to mid.